that up. Welcome everybody to the Scotchy Bourbon Boys podcast, Whiskey Thief. I'm going to set that up. Walter Zausch should be with us in a few minutes. I got that going. That's looking good. Let's just drop that down a little further. I think that's working. You can see the whole screen there. And I should be in the picture. So there we go. I got that up. Now I just got to check audio on there. Let's check the audio on YouTube. Hey, Walker, see if I do believe I invited Randy, but I don't know if I did or not. Maybe ask him if he got an invite. YouTube. I'm live for the better or worse. Here we go. There it is. Question is, am I over far enough? I'm always never over far enough. I think I am. Well, I guess I am. And there it is. You got both of it going for some reason. For many years, wasn't fishing there. Okay. All right. Thank you there, Tater Dom. Glad to see you on. Hey, Tom, where can you buy that William Dalton high proof bottle online? That's an easy one for you, Mr. Thomas Anderson. You can. I know we're friends on YouTube. I gotta think about this. If you're on Facebook, and you might not be, you can definitely messenger me under my account, Jeffrey Mueller, or the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. I get the messages for the group or and I can work it out so you can get that, and that's on me. So it's an awesome bottle. Trust me, I know that. So or I wonder, I don't put it this way. Oh, we'll talk through the comments on I'll respond in the comment section of of one of them, and then respond back, and we can do that through comments. That's how we can do it. So, all right, we are live and audio's working. All right, so we got it. And then respond back, and we can do that. I might have to. That's how we can do it. Check it at one point. See if we are live and audio's working. All right, so we got it. All right, so I gotta turn that. There we go. That's on. There's going. All right, there we go. Everything's going good. I'm ready. What I will do is I think I can actually do it right here. I don't know if I can actually send him. There we go. Was that working? All right. I wonder if, let's go over here. Somewhere let's just do this right there. There it is. I think Walter's there. Let's see, that would be this. And sometimes it doesn't work, but we'll see. All right, I sent it. If he doesn't jump on, All right, I tried that. So I did my part. All right. All right, let's put this back up. Let's get I got to get my YouTube, my comments back up. There they are. Cheers, Greg Walker. All right, cool. Can't make, oh, there he is. All right, that's good. So Walter's coming in. Hello.
Hey, everybody. Sorry for the delay.
So when as you go, you want to go horizontal with your phone.
Oh, I want to do that. Okay, I can do that.
Now you're big.
How's that?
Yay. Woohoo. How's it going?
Good. I got invited to this industry thing tonight. So I'm with a bunch of other brand owners and distillers, and it's really, really cool. I've been with the horse soldier people and who else? Cream of Kentucky, Bardstown Bourbon Company. So it was unexpected. It was a late invitation. I got it today, and so I joined them. And I apologize for being delayed.
Well,
but
so you just want to do like
but here's the thing. I'll tell you guys and nobody else, because no one's paying any attention other than it's just us, right?
No,
Tiny.
No, we're live.
It's just us.
No,
stop. It's just us. Stop.
Oh yeah, it's just us.
Yeah, okay. It's just us. I'm a fan of all of these guys' work, right? So I'm like Mike Myers and Dana Carvey in Wayne's World. I'm like, I am not worthy. And because they're all awesome, and I respect all these people, and it's really cool. And it's been invited. It's been excited because here's the thing about Whiskey Thief, right? Because we're not in distribution, I think sometimes we're sort of like we're not a real brand. We're like Pinocchio. We're not a real boy. And so because people go, well, I've never really seen you. I don't know anything about you. We've never really seen you. It's like, well, it's because we're not, at the Total Wine or the Liquor Barn or the whatever liquor store, on Ohio would be the control state, I guess, stuff, whatever. But point is, so, it's like, it's kind of like Whiskey Thief is kind of like, if you know. But if you don't know, then you really don't know. You follow me, Tiny, on that one?
Yeah, except there's one thing where you're just talking from the whiskey standpoint, but you're in Kentucky. So Kentucky does two things. They do whiskey and experiences. And on the experience level, you're right there, probably with one of the best experiences that you can have. It's
well, thank you.
Connected to the down. You're rooted like so many others, but at the same time, this is like real rooted because
right.
You're on a farm. Your grains are all locally sourced. You're pot distilling the whole time. And then, some big guys can give a really nice experience close, but they sure as hell can't do it for the price you do it for.
Well, there you go. But but I feel like if you don't know, you don't know. And so that's a big part of my job is like convincing people that we're actually a real brand. And when I tell people like, hey, we're 12 years old, they can't believe it, They
you can't you can't really buy it off the shelf, but if you go there,
right.
Now, you keep expanding and getting bigger and figuring things out. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, the part of why we love Whiskey Thief, why CT and Super Nash, and every time we go there, is 100% because your whiskey's fantastic, the experience is fantastic, but you just are. It's you, Walter, and how you run it. The people you picked it.
Thank you.
You pick people that are fantastic, that represent the brand. And once you get to know you, you realize you were in this, before this, you were barrel picking and collecting, and you just, this is what you wanted to do. You wanted to get into it, and this is your entrance into it, but you don't ignore everybody. It looked really cold out there, was it?
This guy.
Oh my God.
Horse Soldier.
Yes.
This guy's Horse Soldier.
Excellent.
They're a huge brand. They're who I want to be when I grow up. You guys are amazing.
Like, they do a nice job and have a really good story.
Tell that guy to get fucked. No, he's not. You're a hero, man. Horse Soldier. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, Horse Soldier brand is like awesome.
Yeah, they came up in Ohio, and they were on the podcast. Not the owners, but the representatives.
I am not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Yes.
So, well, anyway, that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm hanging out with all these guys, and I'm like the new kid on the block. Not really, but I feel like I am, and because actually I've been making the company has been making whiskey longer than some of these people, but I feel like I'm the new kid on the block because I'm a fanboy. At the end of the day, Tiny, I'm a fanboy of bourbon.
That's why we're friends. Because I was the same way with the podcast. Just like today, there's a top 100 whiskey podcasts in the world, and we were ranked 16th. I'm sitting there going, what? How do they even know
That's awesome.
That I'm?
Congratulations. Cool.
I don't do anything. I just do a podcast, and they're like, I'm like 16. I was like, well, maybe I'd be in the top 100.
You send me that list. I'd like to see that list.
Yeah, I could send it. They sent it to me. That was kind of messed up. I got that on Twitter, and I was just like, wow. But but it's the same thing. I think that's where we love whiskey so much, and then we're experiencing, and you're with the people who make it, and everybody respects everybody in Kentucky, and there's just so many different stories and so many different ways people are doing it. But I think the way you're doing it really, really pulled it off.
Thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
So I
have something. There's like probably 50 people in this deal tonight, and I'm like, there is 100 things to learn from these 50 people, and so I'm trying to talk to as many people as I can and learn and grow and figure out how we make whiskey beef better. But you asked what we're doing this year, right? Did you ask that question?
Yeah.
So we broke that we were going to have wheats on this podcast, which we did, and we have wheats now in both locations. What else did we break? We broke the Whiskey Thief Fest. I think we talked about that.
The name.
And we broke that we're going to have a location in NuLu, which we do.
Mm-hmm. And when you changed your name.
So what's next?
Yeah, what's
for
next?
2025?
Is there some? Yes.
We're kind of hitting cruise control, I think, this year, and just kind of riding it out. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing that at all.
You're just gonna let it sink in.
We're gonna start doing some limited self-distribution through Kentucky and neighboring states. We're also gonna do direct to consumer. So if you're a Whiskey Thief fan, we'll be available to be purchased in 41 states, which is very exciting.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's right. That's a big deal. So everybody who's like, oh, I love Whiskey Thief. I wish I could get it in my hometown. Well, you're not going to get it in your liquor store, whatever, but you will be able to order, and we'll be able to send it to you. So we're going to do a bunch of really super special releases this year. We're going to submit all of them to awards and competitions and see what happens. But sometimes we'll put the thing out before we actually submit it to the award, which I know that sounds kind of backwards, but whatever. That's what we do, because the awards are cool, but our fan base already knows good whiskey, and so
when you go there, you might have won an award, but by the time you're there, that bourbon's gone because it's all
right. It's gone.
And there's award winners every day in your barrels. Right. I mean, it's just like
our fans might have a bottle on their shelf, and they're like, "Whoa, this bottle I bought just won platinum in, I don't know, Denver or somewhere," and then that's cool. If they think that's cool, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, do you like the whiskey or do you not like the whiskey? And that's what we really don't. That's the biggest award we get, is when somebody says, we like your whiskey. And well, I know that sounds a little bit cheesy, but it's true.
But yeah, well, I don't think that sounds cheesy. I just think the fact that the success of Whiskey Thief and what you've done there is, the whole setup, going there, being able to pick a barrel, taste the barrels, taste through, but then it's not over. Then it's like you could be there, or or
by the way,
any number.
This is an Elijah Craig. I don't even know which one it is. It is so good. It's like vanilla.
It's on the rocks.
On one big rock.
On one big rock.
It is so delicious. Because I'm Tiny, as you know, I'm a bourbon nerd.
Oh yeah, you are. Yes.
Yeah, I am.
It's like, just to know Walter is that he just like when we were at the Pandanus Club, you just knew everything about it. It was just the coolest thing going through the different things. Yeah. And to be at that where you're at tonight has to be so fantastic that I can't, it's something like, I know you. It's just I feel the same feelings when you get invited to this or you get invited to that and you're there, and it's just a wonderful time.
Yep.
So that is cool. So you're shipping now. You're going to be able to ship.
We're going to, yes, very soon.
So are you renting a place just to ship from? Or are you going to ship from the back office? Is everything going to come out of there? Okay.
Yes. No, we'll figure it out. I mean, it's going to be a process. We're good. We got the right partners in place, but it's about, like, if you're a fan of Whiskey Thief and we put out special releases all the time. Nobody really knows because you can only buy it at the distillery, but we will put it out, and you will be able to buy it.
Yeah,
and that's a cool thing.
Barrel by barrel.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you guys? I'm just asking. I don't know. Are you on Bourbon Outfitters or anything like that, or any of the other websites?
No.
Okay, that's
You'll
all.
just come to Whiskey Thief and buy it, and then it'll arrive at your house.
Oh, okay. Just Whiskey Thief, just the website. All right.
Yeah.
So now every time I got to give out the web address all the time, where you can get it, where you can purchase. So I can do that once you start that up.
We'll be relaunching our website with more information, stuff, whatever, and then just everybody stay tuned. The other thing, this is just us talking, right?
Just us.
Just us, yeah. The other thing is, you know about the guild, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So the guild is going to be a really special thing for people who want to do it. I mean, there are bottle clubs. Everybody's got a bottle club, and I guess we're going to have one too. But the guild is going to be the not bottle club. So I think it's going to be really cool. More to come on that. I will drop all the headlines here, because this is what I do. I come here and I tell you guys all the inside scoop. And so stay tuned for the guild. If you haven't, well, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know how to tell you to become part of the guild, but it'll be out there soon.
Perfect. Well, we'll
You can share it.
we'll be trying to become part of the guild once we know how.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, you always got something going. What about events for this year? Are you doing any?
So we're gonna do Whiskey Thief Fest in October instead of November, so it's not quite so cold.
Yeah, everybody doesn't freeze to death.
It was a little cold, right? You agree?
Well, I think I don't think it was too bad for the people around the fire, but the band probably was just they were probably a little cold.
By the time you got to the third band, it was pretty cold.
Yep.
But bourbon helps with that. So
yes, it did. It wasn't. Most people. It was warm enough while the bulk of the crowd was there. The diehard fans stuck around, and the bourbon kept them warm.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's good to move it up in late October.
Yeah. And we'll be at the Bourbon Festival, and we'll be doing all the normal stuff. And there might be a couple surprises.
Yeah, because I always thought the perfect thing would be a barbecue. I mean, smoke some rib, have some ribs smoking and all. I mean, you already got the truck for all the, the food truck for all the fixings and everything. You just bring out some and just.
That's kind of a good idea, actually. Especially, I like that.
Especially in Kentucky, I think the way you pull people out there.
Like that. All right. So the Whiskey Thief barbecue. Put that down. We don't know the date yet, but
wow. Yeah, but I mean, that just for me is a no-brainer. That's a good idea. All right.
So many things.
So, I mean, have you done anything personal, go on any place, or has it just been all Whiskey Thief?
We had Christmas, and then we had New Year's Eve, and then so I'm joking because in Kentucky we've had a lot of snow, which is not a normal thing.
Oh yeah,
and so
cold.
We're supposed to get dumped on tonight. Actually, I'm looking outside right now, but no, nothing yet. But we're supposed to get dumped on tonight, like 6 inches. We had a couple inches today, which was unexpected. And so my kids have been on like permanent vacation pretty much since late December, and it sucks, frankly.
Yeah,
so,
it's rough. Yeah. My grandkids have basically. My wife watches them, and it's always it was Monday, and then President's Day she was on, and then the next day was today. Then all of a sudden it was no school because it was too cold. I'm like, and I'm from Wisconsin, so it wasn't too cold. We went to school when it was 18 degrees. But
last week they were off school because there was too much flu. So there were too many people who had the flu. So therefore they canceled school, and
it didn't help me. I got it.
No. Yeah.
So the flu. And then you guys have been like up by us in Ohio, like in the Canton area, we're always getting an inch, and it's a little, and I'm just watching it go through Louisville and your area. It's all staying south of us, and you guys are just getting blasted.
We were getting blasted. And then we had flooding. We had lots of rain last week.
I would figure you were trying to go someplace to get away, but I suppose you have kids. So
right.
You can't really you got to go when everybody else goes, and that's not always the best, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So
that's what's going on. But by like St. Patrick's Day, we're going to be reopening the farm. Things will be warm again. The spring will be awesome. We'll be ready to go, and
now
we're back in it, man.
Right now, you can go there on the farm. Can you go to the distillery too, or is that? Yeah, you could go stop by the distillery.
Probably tomorrow we won't be open because
of the snow.
The snow we're anticipating tonight. Apparently, at 7 a.m. it's going to start snowing for like 20 hours. But
I mean, you gotta like everybody know that this is just the road, the road on the farm to get to the distillery has to be plowed. So people have to be well, not only challenging, you're in Kentucky, so it's not like Kentucky gets a ton of snow. So the roads to get to the place aren't plowed. So there's then you got to plow So when there's a lot of weather, but you guys are always open if weather permits, pretty much, as far as
right. And the local tasting room is almost always open, so you can still do the tasting out of 5 barrels, thieving, fill a bottle, do the whole thing right there, and
the one at NuLu. How's that? That's
Wally Dant right there from Dance Crossing, Monks Road.
Yeah. Log still.
Log still, exactly right.
Yes. If you see them, tell them I said hi. But seriously, the tasting room now, that's got to be catching on at this point, right?
Oh, absolutely.
When it gets cold, that's usually when the tasting rooms fill up.
We're having some awesome music there. Ooh, I should go outside. I'm going to go outside.
Okay.
It's better. Okay. Oh, much better.
What?
We have some live music down there, and it's easy. You don't have to drive out all the way out to Franklin County, and it's good stuff. So
Terry Dant says hi. So he's watching.
Good.
So there you go.
Good. Yeah.
We loved the time we stopped in. When you at the time you weren't in town, but we stopped by and we actually met Mark Carter and Christy Atkinson there, and they had just gotten the news that old Carter was Mark's, and they could start doing that again. So we actually met for more like a brunch drink kind of thing at your place.
That's cool.
They tasted through the whole tasting, and Mark loved it, and it was kind of cool.
That's cool. And I'm a big fan of Mark Carter.
Anybody who loves whiskey, if you could get your hands on old Carter, it's something to be a fan of, that's for sure.
That down with my fanboy thing, because I'm a fan of what they do, for sure.
Yes, there's no doubt.
He's another person there's so much to learn from him. All these people, I learned so much when I come and do this stuff. And Mark Carter is one of those guys that I learn something every time I hang out with him.
Yeah.
So it's really.
They came out and hung out at the festival. What?
Whiskey Thief Fest.
Yeah, Whiskey Thief Fest. Yeah, they were there with us. They both liked it. I mean, you're making good stuff. There's no doubt about it.
I think I told them they couldn't leave. You should recall. I was like, "You're not leaving.
Don't leave yet." Yeah. Mark had an excuse. He had Christy there, and Christy was getting cold.
But they didn't leave.
No,
I told them they couldn't. They did.
They stayed a while. Yes, they did. But all right. So you got a lot of big stuff happening coming up.
Yes.
People gotta check it out. We're just gonna keep filling everybody in and screaming at the top of our lungs about it. I hope this year that everybody we announced you announced the wheated that's there. So pretty much anytime you go in there, there's 1 barrel of wheat.
That's right.
And I mean, the one I have is just an absolute. I mean, I've never gotten it, but it's a cherry bomb.
Interesting. Like, it's really interesting. I mean, we've opened those barrels and I was like, what was going on? Because I wasn't there when they did them. And I'm like, what is going on with these wheats? They're crazy. They're so good. They're so weird. And sometimes I love them and sometimes I hate them. But it's like a vanilla bomb. It's really bizarre. It's actually really bizarre. But if you want whiskey that tastes like no other whiskey you've ever had, that's what you're going to get with the wheat. The bourbon mash bills are more, traditional bourbon kind of bourbon tasting bourbon.
Yeah.
They taste like bourbon, but they're really good. And a lot of times, sometimes our higher proof stuff tastes like higher proof stuff, but sometimes, Tiny, our higher proof stuff tastes lower proof than what you would think. So you're drinking something at 133 proof, and you're like, what? Are you kidding me? That does not seem like it would be that high. And so that's something that is a nice surprise and something we do pretty well. And then we always have the rye at the end to kind of close off the experience. So
I think it's perfectly proportionate for what the markets are.
yeah,
I mean, I will tell you the weeded on this one, I actually get cherry pie. I mean, and that is not a standard wheat flavor, is it? Cherry pie.
It is not.
But I mean,
wheats are weird. If you're coming to expect Maker's Mark or Pappy Van Winkle, you're not going to get that. Our wheats are a little weird, but they're good.
If I want Pappy Van Winkle or Weller, I'll go buy Weller.
Cheers to that.
I mean, that's just, I honestly, the uniqueness of what you do there, and it's pot stilled and you put it out, and then everybody, you got it. Their barrel pick program is fantastic. And, talk a little bit.
Kept secret, really.
I think you got to keep it a secret, because if it got out, you'd run out of barrels.
Tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
I won't tell nobody.
Okay. All right.
It's just us.
I love it.
All right.
This isn't the podcast, right? We're just talking.
Yeah, just talking.
We were just having a call.
Yeah, I scheduled. Yeah. I was just scheduling a call.
Perfect.
Excellent. Yes.
Good. All right. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, but anyways, this has been
Scotchy Bourbon Boys. You're the best. We're fans. We love you guys, and you've done a lot for us, and we really appreciate it.
We're better because you're here.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
and I'm better because you're here. So
thank you.
It works out pretty well.
It's like it only made sense because we came there so much. We were there all the time. I swear to God. But anyways,
we were the first post you ever made that hit 1 million views or whatever.
Yes, you were. It was actually, it's so funny because it started out, I did it and it was me. It was a post of me, right?
Yeah.
Thieving. And then and I was like freaked out. I never had a viral post or whatever. And it kind of pushed it. But then we did the one with Hannah. I think it's still my #1 viral post, 36 million.
Love it. I wish we could get a post that high.
It just happens. I mean, but all I do, I have no rhyme or reason. There's always one, but all I can tell you. So if you want a secret to posting on the internet, if you post
Is it just us talking? It's just us.
No, it's not just us. I'll give you this
Come
secret.
on, Tiny, play along.
Yes. Okay. It's just us. But hey, Walter, I'll give you this secret. You got to do something that people don't like. Okay. It's very key, because if it's people see something they like and they go, oh, that's cool. And then they scroll on, especially when it comes to certain whiskey or whatever. But if you do something, and I'm not saying I would do this, but if you wiped your mouth and then touched the glass or something like that, it's always so. When Hannah was doing it, she was holding the thief and she put it back in the barrel and people freaked out. Now, I do hundreds of posts over that and they don't do that. But every once in a while.
Was that like a post-COVID thing or what was that?
Let's see, 20. That was probably at the start. Because when we were down there, no, was it post? No, it was right in the middle because we didn't care. We were just everywhere, but it's still the same.
So what you're saying is we need to do something people don't like.
No, people think you're doing wrong, even though you're doing it right. Whiskey is basically hand sanitizer. It's like the best post I could do right now is just take whiskey over a glass and wash my hands and drop it in the glass and drink it. And people, it would get millions of people just telling me I'm an idiot and what are you doing and why would you contaminate this? It's just now, not all of them do it, but the other one I did, I was with Alan Bishop at French Lick, and I said right before jokingly, I just went to the bathroom and didn't wash my hands, and that just freaked everybody out that we were thieving. You know what I mean? It was like a sarcastic thing. And so it's always based off of them knowing better. So if you could think of something you do right that they don't know about, that they think they know better and they're experts, it just goes crazy. It's crazy.
That's weird.
I mean, and if I'm really nice to people, most of the time I'll take people out on it and I'm like, I'll be like, are you a germaphobe or are you this? And I'm kind of mean to them. But after a while, when they start getting offended, I'm like, I'm just doing this for the views, friend. I'm not really serious. But it's like it's all about the comeback of people commenting. And people just don't generally comment. That's why when people do stupid stuff, they all comment on it. You ever, when they're on there doing stuff and they fall down, oh, you're so dumb or whatever. And then it goes viral. It's never someone doing something unless you're really good at something, like you do something that's amazing. But if you just do something that's good, they're just like, no. Oh, we lost him. If he jumps back in, we'll see. Otherwise, I can finish this up. That was Walter Zausch of Whiskey Thief. Yeah, come on. You can jump back in, Walter. I can handle that. All right, we were just talking. If he jumps back in, I'll get him back on. Otherwise, I believe, yep, I'm still on. Thanks, everybody. Tonight, let's just go over real quick. I got into this podcast audio-wise. I didn't start it because Walter jumped on. Hey, Walker, Terry, I think that was fantastic. Let's review what Walter said tonight. We might have a Whiskey Thief barbecue to come. They are going to be shipping from their website. So you will be able to go to Whiskey Thief Distilling Company or whiskeythief.com, and you will be able to order off their website and ship to 41 different states. So that's some exciting news that you got for Whiskey Thief. Also, as you know, Walter, he was at an event. I'm sure that he is going on to the event now. That's great. But I think this podcast was a pretty successful podcast tonight. I mean, that is one that was spur of the moment. I'm glad he jumped in. He was there with Wally Dant. He was there with the folks from Horse. Oh my God. I want to say Horse Thief, but it's not. It was anyone. Yep, Walker. 41 states. It was Horse Soldier. He was there with Horse Soldier, Bardstown Bourbon Company. He went over, and that just looked like a great event. So I'm glad that he's going to go back in. But I will say a little bit more about Whiskey Thief. They opened their tasting room in Louisville in the NuLu section. You got to check that out. It's a barrel pick all day, every day. For the price at either if you're at the Distillery, which is in Frankfurt, about 15 minutes away from Buffalo Trace, or if you're at the tasting room, either way, 5 barrels to choose from for the price of admission. You go in there, you taste from 5, and if you like one, you can bottle your own. You could get the little 375 or the 750, all there for you. It is what would you say? It is an experience unlike any other. I think it's one of the best experiences on the Bourbon Trail. So you got to check out Whiskey Thief. Now, with that said, we'll finish up with the theme song tonight. I'll make sure I do that. Just know that the amount of good whiskey that he's producing now, they're going to have. Now that they basically have, they'll have 3 bourbons, a wheat, and a rye to choose from. And I'm telling you, whiskey's great. Everything's great about it. The people are great. The distiller, Derek, Sproveri. Did I get that right, Walker? And then also Kelley, Tennille, Moonshine fame are their distillers there, doing a great job. Good evening, Ricky. And then also everything that's happening with all the people that work there, and they just give you a great experience. In the summer, they've got a food truck producing fantastic food, live music. They've got cornhole. They've got fire pits. They've got everything. So great time. Hey, Todd, good to see you. We just finished up with Walter. He ended up going to an event, but he popped in. You might, for people just joining us right now, you might want to go back and see it. It's was a unique podcast. I even started the regular podcast with him talking because I never, I knew he was at an event and I wasn't going to get much on. This is going to be a short podcast for everything. If just an update on everybody, I am finishing up with the flu. I wanted to keep this scheduled, do this podcast. My voice is getting a little rough. So with that said, I think I'm going to finish up tonight. If anybody has a question real quick, I can answer it. Otherwise, I'm going to move out and finish up. All right. So thank you. Sproveri. It's like every time it doesn't want to come, but it's just right there, barely. So thank you, everybody. Remember, www.scotchybourbonboys.com for all things Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Glencairn's t-shirts, check it out. Remember, we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. Hopefully TikTok soon. And then we are also on all the major podcast formats, mainly Apple, iHeart, and Spotify. Remember, no matter how you watch or listen to us, make sure that you like, listen, comment, leave good feedback, and subscribe. And remember, good bourbon and whiskey equals good friends, good times. Remember, drink responsibly, don't drink and drive, and live your life uncut and unfiltered. Good night.
Drinking 30, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild and it's sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk songs, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, we're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun. Yeah.
Well, I should stop that. Wherever the hell that is. All right. That's annoying. Where's my music? Sorry about that. That's about how it goes. We're still on. Yeah, me too. I am feeling better. I felt good enough to do the podcast tonight. It's just that I don't have a lot of energy. It's just like I was able to get the podcast and whatever. I got to go to work tomorrow. I feel good enough to go to work, but definitely feeling better. So, but that was kind of cool to be able to do that podcast with Walter. If you joined in late, just watch the beginning. I mean, he joined in and gave out some fantastic information. Loves to launch a lot of stuff. Hey, Leland, a lot of guys jumping in. We just had Walter Zausch on, and it was a great podcast. I love podcasts that are just pretty much down to earth. That one was 31 minutes on the audio, and really appreciate everybody's support. Audio magic. I'm going to, let's see, improve quality, improve clarity, and then I'm going to save file, uploading. All right, send. All right, so hey Colton. Yeah, we just finished up with Walter Zausch from Whiskey Thief. You should go back after this and watch it on Facebook. Well worth watching from the beginning because Walter came on and did some cool, definitely cool info and releases. But like I said, I'm going to bow out a little bit earlier. I'm going to end this on YouTube first. Everybody, thanks for watching on YouTube. Normally, I like to stay on because I've been getting decent hits, but I got to get to bed. All right. Thanks, everybody on YouTube.